To rebuild, we must return to those who gave birth to us, because it is only them who will know how to rebuild that which they gave birth to. It is the people who will give us necessary strength, the necessary courage, and the necessary wisdom to stand on our feet and confront the enemy and complete the mission given to us by heroes and heroines of the past. We have defended this birthright of the liberation struggle, and when provoked, we will always do so. But it is now time to focus on the rebuilding process, and the rebuilding process begins with building strong branches, strong sub-regional structures, but most importantly, not building these structures for the sake of it, but building them in order to service our people. I'm a king. Yes. I wish to declare at this gathering, not only to the audience before me today, but to all the fighters and structures in the ground, that we have begun a new chapter, and we stand here stronger than ever before. The only language that we speak moving forward is how do we improve the lives of ordinary people, and anything outside of this constitutes a delay to the liberation of African people. From this platform, I declare that our primary agenda is the defeat of white monopoly capital and its collaborators, and this defeat will be achieved through determination, discipline, and service to the poorest of the poor and forgotten masses of our people. We have defended this movement of the people, and in our defense, we have emerged victorious. Our declaration is that we will no longer mourn, but we will organize ourselves to defeat the enemy who stand in the way of the freedom of our people, whoever that enemy may be. Fellow fighters, we have closed the chapter of contestation. We have closed the chapter of division. We have closed the chapter of infiltration. We have now begun a journey of unity of purpose and unity of principle, and it is so through this that we will liberate the black child from the chains of poverty and hopelessness. We are stronger than ever before, and the way you began 2025 by being humble servants of those whose cries are ignored proved to me that we have remained the last hope for our people. You humbled yourself at the feet of the elderly who were begging for help to get their children into school. You humbled yourself before the tears of kids who had never before seen a computer in their lives and gave them that dignity. You presented yourself before a disparate youth that says no to drugs and crime and only needed help with registration. You are a soldier of the people, and you belong to the ranks of the Red Army of the EFF. Our task now is to rebuild and advance towards total victory in the 2026 local government elections. It is clear that our victory is necessary, and our victory is a demand from generation before us to serve our people. For us, liberation means service to the people. There is no liberation that will be achieved while you are absent from the people. Liberation demands that you subject yourself to the will of the people. Liberation demands selflessness and service. Revolution means service at all costs, regardless of the material conditions. We as the EFF declare the year 2025 as the year of picket lines. It is the year where we return to the streets and to the people in order to report to them that the EFF is alive and well and remain at their services regardless of what they've thought of us in the past. The EFF is the property of the working class and a child of the downtrodden masses of our people, and therefore in 2025 we return this child to the people. To rebuild, we must return to those who gave birth to us, because it is only them who will know how to rebuild that which they gave birth to. It is the people who will give us necessary strength, the necessary courage, and the necessary wisdom to stand on our feet and confront the enemy and complete the mission given to us by heroes and heroines of the past. We have defended this birthright of the liberation struggle, and when provoked, we will always do so. But it is now time to focus on the rebuilding process, and the rebuilding process begins with building strong branches, strong sub-regional structures, but most importantly, not building these structures for the sake of it, but building them in order to service our people. As a people's organization, we must have a battlefield, and that battlefield will not be in the offices or in never-ending planning meetings, but our battlefield will be the streets and in communities. It is on these picket lines that will conduct service delivery. Service delivery does not mean you must have money or be deployed in government, because the former liberation movement must be proved to you that being in government does not automatically mean you will service the people. Service delivery means cleaning your own community consistently. It means providing a transport service to the elderly to go and collect their grant so that they do not become victims of crime. And it means forming part of community forums to combat crime. Service delivery means cutting the grass and painting the buildings at your local clinics and schools. It means adopting an indigent family and sharing with them the little you have, because that is humanity. The EFF must begin to be service delivery orientated and socialist, whether we are in government or not. We must be present and active in the popular struggles of our people, not because we want visibility, but because we want to solve the challenges. Grassroots activism means that you must lead the demands for water and refuse collection in your ward and in your VD. It means you must be at the forefront of demanding the repair of potholes, of reporting the abuse of women and children in your community to the police, and you must be at the forefront of fights against drug abuse and corruption by police or councillors who sell jobs in exchange for sex or who employ on the basis of political affiliation. This is the language we must speak in 2025. We must be ruthless against factionalism, and we must be unforgiving of corruption, laziness, and individuals who fail to take responsibility and initiatives. It has become increasingly clear that the marriage of convenience that today governs South Africa was established to ensure that the EFF is kept out of power at all costs, despite confusion that will arise out of a marriage between the right-wingers and a former liberation movement. Any organization that sits in the GNU and wants to utilize that platform to undermine the law-making process of Parliament, which defeated them, must be called out as constitutional delinquents who do not respect democracy. Democracy remains democracy even when it does not favor you, and we must defend this principle at all costs. Despite the heavily funded and orchestrated political alliance to portray the EFF as an organization that will collapse governance and the economy of South Africa, the EFF has been at the center of stable and functional governments in local government municipalities. The municipalities where the EFF governs are defined by stability and service delivery, while the so-called government of national unity has been defined by corruption scandal, policy uncertainty, disputes, and increases in unemployment through retrenchment in key industries. The past is behind us and can never determine our future or our destination. The EFF remains the weapon of the masses of our people, and it will achieve the generational mission of economic freedom in our lifetime. I thank you.
I'm a king, yes, I'm a king, I think I'm a king.